Ahoy, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail and the War of Independence. We are stocking up our brand new troop transport with Fusiliers because we have a ground mission to attend to. Making sure they have all the right armaments, and we're going to have to bring one of our ship's crews as well. I wasn't able to integrate the new frigate into our fleet because we have no reputation for such a thing. But I felt like the troop transport was more important in the short term. Filling out the Earlston with 320 men is not very capable in terms of transport capacity, and I will try and get another True Love as soon as possible. See, the one ship there has a third of the carry capacity of the old True Love. Alright, let's get into it. Land battle. Storm on the Chelsea River. In May of 1775, while we were removing livestock and hay from Noddle Island east side of Boston, the English landed and drove us out. We stopped their advance at Crooked Creek and forced them to retreat inland. Meanwhile, on the north coast of the Chelsea River, HMS Diana has been set on fire by our militia. The British Marines, supported by the Loyalists, have remained on the island to secure the summer crop. We have to drive them out. We have been ordered to land on the southern shore of the island and advance our army unnoticed. Launching a surprise attack on the Marines and their local supporters, we'll have support from the local militia. Let's do it. Our army has avoided detection by the British and is in a position to commence the attack. The food and fodder are stored at the farms here. And here, we should expect Loyalist resistance. There is also a British camp at this position. Reports say there are 3 or 4 small marine detachments. We have reinforcements marching in from Hog Island, but they will take a little while to get here. We must act before the British reinforcements arrive to secure their prize. Alright, we've got a bunch of militia, as it was stated. We've got our Fusiliers up the rear. Those 2 units of 160 will be joined together to make a unit of 320 men. And let's utilize the militia. We've formed up all the militia into solid units. We've detached some skirmishers. Oh look, we've got some contact here. We outnumber these guys and they've got artillery support. They should be okay. Oh no, there's another unit of skirmishers. Now we are outnumbered and our guys are only militiamen. I might bring a unit of Fusiliers over to secure that flank. We'll push the division of militia up. They are going to fight for their farm. Our Fusiliers are here in support of that. We want to try and minimize our own losses. We've also got a crew from the Constitution. Okay, just make our way slowly up to the farm. We can see some defenders on the walls around the farm, but we will deal with the skirmishers first. Our own skirmishers are being chewed up. We've broken off a detachment of Fusilier skirmishers just to replace those breaking militiamen. They're shattered. I'll put the skirmishers back into the line now, once that ability recharges. Takes ages. Maybe the cannons will chew them up before we even get to do it. Happening on this side, we've got some light contact. We'll move some Fusiliers up the right side. Try and get a bit of a flank happening. Move these guys forward. Accuracy is terrible. We've shattered one of the skirmishers. We will try to encircle the town a little bit, but these guys shouldn't put up too much contest. The Marines will fight harder. So we need to secure this supply zone before any Marines come. There is a ship sitting off the coast. Breaking down these skirmishes will move up a little bit closer, I think. Bring these guys back, they're pretty much useless. But at least they helped us intercept those skirmishers that would have flanked us from the forest. Bring them back around the rear of the line. Hold here a little bit longer. Start to whittle away their numbers a bit more. We'll move up closer so we can increase our accuracy. The militiamen don't have great weapons, I don't think. We've got Fusiliers on the wing, so that we can't really be flanked. Some of the loyalists have broke, so we'll throw a unit in there. Charge those other guys from the side. That unit of skirmishers on the left side has broken. Let's move the line up further. We'll fill that gap a bit with this division from our ship.
Double quick.
Let's charge in. Let's not dilly-dally. We need the supplies. Oh, they're exhausted already. They didn't even get into the melee. Guys on the eastern side have broken and surrendered. That's great. Bring them to the back line. Prisoners are worth money and reputation. Our Fusiliers are tied up in melee on the left side. The unit of militia also tied up with some loyalists in fortifications. We've got some that routing units come back. The cannons made them think about their choice. Fleeing back into the forest. Got a detachment going up on the right side. We'll keep that flank secure. Our Fusiliers have routed. Oh, that was unfortunate and unexpected. What happened there? Oh, those loyalists were pretty entrenched. Another division of militia is routing. That fortification is probably stronger than I expected. But everyone's just going to go in now. There we go. Bring the artillery up to the supply zone. Almost using up all of its ammo. Managing to score 50 kills. Let's bring the Fusiliers back into the town. The loyalists have surrendered. Oh, lots of friendly fire, but they've surrendered too. We've shown that we're willing to shoot ourselves to get you. Okay, we've got a nice strong flank. Eastern side of the town. Let's move a division out. In case there is a counterattack. And we just have to wait a short amount of time to secure this zone. Some nice spoils of war. Alright, we've secured the supply depot. Everyone's recharging their powder. Can we set up a defensive line on that wall? It's a bit of elevation. It's not great for the cannon, but we'll move it there anyway. We'll have two here on the wing. Just militiamen. And then we've got that base of Marines they were talking about up on the point. Watch that approach. Our prisoners are secure. We shattered all the skirmishers, and skirmishers like to go around and grab all your survivors and convert them back to their cause. Alright, let's start making our move towards the next farm, or the town. Looks like a bigger town. Got some loyalists in the woods here, get them. When they're that strong, they become very annoying because they just run backwards and forwards, trying to kite you further away. They don't actually engage you. Let's try and pin them against the lake. We lost sight of them, and so we stopped our charge. It's unfortunate. It's where you really need cavalry to chase them down. But I don't think you get access to cavalry. First warehouse was captured, we need to push forward with no delay. Alright. The next objective is clear. Tried to pin them, but they're so slow in a large formation. The terrain's not the greatest either, but we've managed to run them off. Keep that division there to pin them down. But they won't fight us directly anymore. Cowards. Where's your loyalty to the fight? Come back. Shoot him. It's a start. It's a start. Alright, let's get back on task. What do we have to do? Where are our strongest units? Let's set up a sideline here. We've got supply wagon now. Nice. That'll be useful. 3 units of Fusiliers. Let's set up a strong front line. Just outside any form of accuracy. But the minute you get them inside the range fantail, they'll run away. So we'll just stay here and shoot them as they come back. We're also in great cover. Alright, no reinforcements coming on. I missed out on a supply wagon last time I did a ground mission. Sitting there for some time. Set up a rear guard, just in case we get flanked. These guys are just going to harass us for the rest of the game, I think. We can't really charge them because they've got no conditions. So just hold the line. Mostly everything's looking good. Move the supply wagon up to feed the artillery. No sign of the enemy since that major engagement. Bring a division of militia to the front line. Trying to preserve our force. We lost 40 men from 1 unit. Would you go away? There's no telling what weapons those militia have. So they could get outgunned. I want to keep an eye on them. Oops. Set up a line here. Let's see if we can't spot them. And the minute we do, we'll be able to open up with artillery. Supply wagons up. Let's move the Fusiliers up to match that militia march. Artillery moving up to the new front line. The rear guard's looking good. I hear some walking around, and I'm worried that it's enemy. I give up on those guys. I think they've run off for good. They might try and make their way around. Still no sign of contact on this side. Keep advancing. If they won't contest us, we keep taking ground. Try and keep our prisoners together. Sounds like there's a whole army marching in the forest there. It does worry me. Marines are approaching. Here we go. Let's set up the artillery. I think I messed that up. Just walking around in circles because I gave them too many orders. Alright, we have contact. Move up the Fusiliers on the wing. Let's plug that gap. We have Fusiliers in reserve. Let's put them... What should we do? Hold fire for those guys. Prisoners, you need to move up. This militia division, we might swing them around the edges. Try and pin them against the town. Form up a stronger front line. We still have our rear guard, so it's okay. It would be catastrophic if all of those guys converted back to the enemy team and started shooting us in the back. In the British campaign, there were a lot of opportunities to put the prisoners on board your ships as prisoner vessels, and so once they were taken off the board, they were yours. Holding line so we can fire 2 lines of infantry at once. Trying to bait them to us. We have enough time to get into the town. Bring these guys around on the wing in the forest. I still hear creepy marching sounds, and it's not mine. Oh, we have new infantry. Some sailors and some militia. They help us flank. We've got HMS Cerberus out in the bay. But it looks like a large cliff, so she shouldn't be able to shoot at us. Got Marines. Oh, we are getting flanked a little, but it is a small unit of loyalists. Where's my rear guard gone? Let's peel around to face them. We'll expose our backs for a second. Double quick, move it forward. Artillery's open fire. Hold this position, let them come to us. We have numbers, but there's no telling how many are in the town. That's only 1 Marine detachment. It said there'll be 3 to 4 in the briefing. Those guys will be able to fight pretty well in melee. We need to shoot them down. The loyalist is trying to sneak up the back. I knew it would happen. That's why we have the rear guard. Yes, go away. Just tying up our forces. Good elevation with the cannon. $320 men firing their rifles and not many hits. Should be good. Not a very strong force, but it's enough to put some pressure on that side of the town. Got the division watching that forest for loyalist scum. Where be you at? chew them up with the cannon. We have the supply wagon there, as long as they want to stay there in the open. Let's creep forward a little bit and put some pressure on their flank. It's enough to make that one waver and shatter. Well, not shatter, rout. Shatter and they don't come back. That's what we really want. We need to hit those Marines, though. They're the tough uns. I'm not convinced that the militia could hold a charge from those Marines. So we've got our Fusiliers holding the line. Let's move these guys up closer towards the town. It's a bit of a stalemate. They're not doing anything. Just letting us shoot at them with cannon. Let's creep forward. Encircle them. Small unit of loyalists guarding the town entrance. No doubt more within. I'm going to bring those two militia units together to make a single large unit. Right, hold that section. Alright, that's putting the Marines under pressure. The loyalists are running. We're nowhere near effective range, but I'm not willing to get that close. And as soon as the units can fire, they will, even if they have terrible accuracy. Oh, I hate how it cancels the charge. Just charge after them and get them. They have full condition. They can march for half a day to chase these guys down. Turning to faces for once. Slaughter in the forest. Come on, capture them, capture them. No. They're still determined. Shoot them then. There we go. Shattered. Finally, I can bring some attention back to the front line. That was stubborn. Persistent. Looks like the Marines have collapsed while we weren't watching. Let's bring the division around to guard that flank. Bring our prisoners closer to the front. The Marines are trying to link up with the town by the look of it, running up the main road. Got another Marine detachment coming out of the town. 2 more. This will be some fierce fighting. They are smaller than us. But we have a front line of militia and Fusiliers. Oh, they've got cannon too. And we're in the main approach to the cannon. We need to move up fast. Let's wheel these guys around. Bring them up and plug the gap. When I finished the Bunker Hill mission, I had an absolute excess of weapons. And I have a feeling it's from all the kills and also all the losses that I took from my own militia units. Being, you know, we collecting the weapons up afterwards. So I do wonder that if I burn through some of my militia units, will I get more weapons? We'll have to have a look at the end. See how many weapons I receive after clearing the battlefield. As well as our prisoners giving up their arms. We have 210 prisoners at the moment. That's a lot of guns. Alright, this flanking force has arrived just when we needed them to. Put some pressure on the Marines' flank. They're going to turn to face. No, they're going to pull back. Wisely pulling back. Sending some volley fire into our division on the flank. Let's push forward our line. Let's take advantage of that momentum shift. Marines on the flank are being spanked. Loyalists are running off into the ocean. Trying to find that king of theirs. Artillery piece has done a great job. I'm not usually a fan of cannon. I like the mortars better. But the mortars have a much shorter range. Oh, we have a contingent of cavalry sallying forth from the town edge. And they're going to run into our militia on the flank. That's not a good news. That's not good news. We need to countercharge that. Well, there's only 50 horses versus 280 men. Let's make it versus 500 men. Firing the cannon into the horses. We've told you guys before, we don't care about losses if it means you go with us. And the dragoons have shattered. They're like, this is madness. You cannot treat a king's messenger such. Blasphemy. And they run off into the mist. Marines have also shattered. A swarm of blue filling the town centre. Their coats are red for other reasons. Loyalists surrendering under the fury of that charge. It's a small area still holding out. Everyone's just going to get into melee now. We need to get that cannon out of the fight. That's going to do a lot of damage. Our Fusiliers are routing. After taking a hit, one of their officer cadets has been killed in action. Probably hit by a, was it a 6-pounder cannonball? At nearly point-blank range. Just get in there and fight them. Sailors fighting the Loyalists on the outskirts of the town. Marine units pulled back. We've got some Fusiliers coming in on the left side. More Loyalists shattering under the fury of our charge. Now we need to make sure that our guys don't start shooting because they are in a giant blob. The artillery has shattered. It's now under our control. Peeling our prisoners out of the town. If we can get a unit of militia into the rear of those guys, they're not going to like it. I'm going to send militia and Fusiliers. We have so many men. And then we've got the small camp up here I think we might have to take as well. The Marines are falling back to that position by the look of it. Friendly fire. Stop it. But the zealous nature of that charge, I mean, things are bound to happen. Catching them as they run out of town. Can we make them surrender? Oh, they're away. Well, I would call that a success. The Marines are going to try and pick at us again. But if we just set up a giant line, that should be no issue. Once we've secured these guys, and we wait out the 1 minute, I might send some cannon over to that ship and see what we can do. It's taken a while, and all of my militia and militiamen are dying. But this is all for science. I want to see how many weapons we get back. We can't keep these guys, so... For science, we have sacrificed them to the Cerberus. But our 2 artillery pieces have made mincemeat, matchsticks of the Cerberus. It's now sunk. All the survivors are going to try and climb up that sheer cliff. Alright, let's have a look. Lots of losses, but that's kind of because I was a bit evil and sacrificing them to the Cerberus. But let's have a look. 455 captured weapons, 342 recovered weapons. Yeah, I think it worked. We are back. We have the Constitution, the Courageous, the Vengeance, the Victory, the Valor, the Old True Love, the Ocean Transport, and HMS Milford, but not enough to add her to the fleet. I really want to get that 5th rate into our fleet. Well, that's alright. We'll offer up the prisoners on parole. Get some more reputation. Spend up our crew points. What have we got? Mission rewards. They are always good. So the storm on the Chelsea River was a success. It's time to send out the naval patrols to try and find any of the British ships patrolling our seas. See if we can't make some extra cash for free. Next up, we will have to protect the whaling ships of Nantucket. I'm Commander Tyrael. This is Ultimate Admiral, Age of Sail. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next edition.